A small cold circle of steel pressed against your skull as your breath comes in ragged, shallow gasps, and for no reason at all, your mind drifts to Dirty Harry's famous question.
You gotta ask yourself a question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Your odds of surviving a round of Russian roulette are about the same as the odds of a woman surviving childbirth in 1840s Vienna at the city's most advanced general hospital. In fact, girls had a better odds of surviving at home on the floor of their kitchen rather than in the hands of medical professionals. So what was going wrong? Man, I don't want to say this guy's name. Ignaz Semmelweis began his medical career in 1846, and he was appalled at the circumstances he discovered around these new and expectant mothers. He ran a few experiments and realised the mortality rates were highest in the doctor-led units and the lowest in the female-only midwife units. Perhaps women are naturally more caring to the plight of their own. Eventually, he wondered if it was the doctor's other responsibilities which were contributing to the death toll, because sometimes the doctors would come straight from the dead house where they conducted autopsies and into the labour ward. Now, this was an era before germ theory, and whilst now the fix seems silly, Semmelweis' solution of having the doctors wash their hands in between handling corpses and handling newborns was revolutionary. The results were astounding. In the final 7 months of 1847, of the 1,841 women who gave birth, just 56 died. That's a fatality rate of roughly 3%, which is about a quarter of what the women previously endured. Undoubtedly a medical miracle, but Semmelweis' success was very limited. To his horror, he was unable to persuade other hospitals to follow his recommendations about hand washing. To embrace his findings, doctors would have had to accept their past behaviour was causing unnecessary deaths. As the stress of his impotence grew at making this change, his attacks on the medical establishment became increasingly emotional and less logical. He accused them of being irresponsible murderers, for example. Eventually, in 1861, his wife tricked him into visiting a local asylum, telling him they were going for a day trip. But when he arrived, he was violently seized by the guards and sectioned. Unfortunately, he was injured in the struggle. And just 2 weeks later, he died from an infection in his wound. Ironically, the cause of his death was general sepsis, which was the illness he'd worked so hard to eradicate from labour wards. But it's not just in the rarefied field of medical discoveries that knowledge and information isn't the only thing that matters. Think about times you've had an inspired insight, but your words have fallen on deaf ears. Perhaps at work, you've had a brilliant suggestion, yet your client or your boss has remained unmoved. Maybe at home or with your friends, you have great ideas, but see them unexplored. You probably even do it to yourself. If I had £1 for every time I heard the phrase, "I know what to do, I'm just not doing it," I'd be a phenomenally wealthy man. In terms of getting shit done, knowledge without action is trivia. Cool and useful in a pub quiz, but not really helpful for other areas of your life. Information and transformation are two completely different things. But since you probably have enough of the former, if you are lacking in the latter, hit the link on my page now for your free copy of my unique Stop Feeling So Fat and Shit system, and see how I help guys, almost effortlessly, burn stubborn belly fat, and more importantly, how you can use the lessons learned to achieve a physical transformation to transform other, more important areas of your life as well. Cheers!